Alright, I'm Team Ginger Chin Moyes, and this is Deals on Wheels, a ruck of corking rollerblade clips I've seen in the last week. Soderbergh has done this one an absolute treat. It's quite a classic switch up, but the thing about this situation is he's got to do it before that bubble. So there's an equal amount of backslide as there is sole, which makes it look really nice. Loads of control, jumps just before the bubble, gets the sole on, and then whips out this ridiculous 5 as well. So stylish. It's a bit of like it's his signature 5 now, the way he does that. And he's got his signature like landing as well. Mate, bloody lovely. Man, I mean, this last edit that Soderbergh's just posted up is just chock-a-block with deals, man. There's something about this one I just really liked. Fakey to the front salve, taking it around that corner, somehow getting enough control to get that top sole right on that last other angle. Man, it's just tricky, and I'm into it. Wild, absolutely wild. James Kite is a lunatic on the blades, man. And I was speaking to him and he wasn't even going full gas. Wow. This is lovely as well. That's the thing, man. He goes wild, but it's so controlled. Top sole, like a jump up to that top sole, and like a really tweaked 540 mute. Man, it's done so well. Mate, when you can match like high velocity and amplitude with that style and control, bloody magic, man. Billy has still got that nutter element, has he? I don't think he can help it. I reckon he puts on the skates at the beginning of the day going, yeah, do you know, I'm just gonna take it fairly easy. Does a couple of tricks and he's like, right, nah, what's nuts, man? Come on, let's do at least a couple of nuts things today, right? Got to get it out of the system somehow. This is absolutely wild. There's just so much that can go wrong. You could end up in a right tangle on this, man. Starts with a disaster, so over the rail, onto the sole, which is hard enough. Also, continuity error, doesn't have a hat in the first bit, and then all of a sudden the hat appears. So that's a bit of wizardry. Anyway, rides out that sole, and he's got to huck over the fence and land on the bench. Man, I love it when people like land in specific areas. I think that adds a nice little touch, a little bit of extra skill involved. And he smashes it. Doesn't even look like it's hard for him. Fair play to the bloke. A toy L. Man, you don't see many people doing toy L's these days. And you certainly won't see him done as good as Austin Paz, man. He is tucked into that one. Amazing position. Holds it for a pretty long time as well, mate. Comes out forward. Brilliant. Oh man, one of the few clips that I actually filmed from the London Jam on Saturday. George Wilson kicking himself in the head. Oh man, he's such a great bloke. Mate, he's got the technique down for the head kick. He's done it a few times in the day, but this one was particularly crisp. Absolute solid connection to the gaff. Still holding his pint. Exceptional play. Seriously though, here's an actual clip from George.
It's fucking good, mate.
Imagine how rough George felt the next day after he'd woken up from kicking himself in the head. Well yeah, this spot he's skating is rougher than that, man. Oh, it's awful, and it's a really steep quarter pipe. I mean, I don't know how you train for these things. Like, no one in their right mind, like in a fully legit skate park, would make a ramp like that. It's absolutely ludicrous. And again, he's just smashed it. He is a bit of a transition master, and I love this. Fakie into the Unity, just watch the way the back foot kind of glides it in, and that front foot whips back to the fakie. I think that's just one of my favourite manoeuvres at the moment. Seen a few people do it, likes of Joe Atkinson and that. George has ripped it on some absolutely bogging spot. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Matty Vella has absolutely smashed this one at the park. It's all about style, man. If you've got a bag of style, if you feel comfortable and you've got control and trick, you can make anything look really good. What I mean by that is it's relatively simple. I know not everybody can do it that. It's a relatively simple trick, troop on, but he's just poured a load of style over it. And the way he comes out of it is unbelievable. So good. Leaves the groove for onside, peels out of it for the cab. Also, Matt Ford absolutely down in the trenches, getting them naughty angles. Whew. Lovely. Utah's got loads of little tricky manoeuvres, hasn't he, man? That acid zest into it, that then whips into almost he's in a Mizu position and glides himself in with the back foot. Quickly onto the Macchio, lightning quick change to the alley-oop top acid, and then out. I just love it. There's loads going on here, but it's done so well. It's not overplayed, nice and controlled and stylish, really whippy, mate. Proper into shit like this.
Nice one, brother. Nice one, brother. I said, nice, bruv.
Now a fair few big, raucous stunts went down on Saturday, but I reckon this one actually has to be my favourite. Now that ledge, like I said before, slightly slanted, down inwards, really quite a rounded edge, quite hard to slap on any kind of trick, let alone a topside or an alley-oop fish grabbed. But man, James has gone for it and smashed it out. Just a lovely job. I really liked his perseverance with the trick. He tried it a few times, wasn't quite getting it as perfect as he wanted, just carried on going until he got it an absolute treat. Nice little flick out of it as well. Mate, fair play to the bloke. That is absolutely ludicrous trick to try on that ledge. Hazen Ball, 270 back Randy Savage on this little kind of DIY spot, man. He does the trick really well, styles that out, really good technique, but then he has to land on a little builder's plank of wood, man. Oh, that's what I like, making it a little bit tricky. Man, disasters to grinds. Nutty choice, man. And especially at that location. I mentioned it before in another one of my videos, but the surface there was boisterous, man. You could easily just fall, hit a stone and go flying, hit a slab that's slightly off and be grinding on your face instead of your skates. Leon's gone for it, clear jump before that line, right at the top of the peak of the slope. And that ledge also, it's not completely perfect. Nick Bone done wonders on it, setting it up for a good slide, but it's slightly slanted. There's not a really nice edge to get tucked into. And he's just sent it, man. Mad. And with the 180, oh, love a good disaster. Shout out to Austin Cooper, man. Hope he's keeping strong. There's There's a link to the GoFundMe in the description to help him out with his current medical bills. Send him positivity and love, man. Still a bit of a journey for him to go on, but he's definitely gonna get there. Now this trick, like, props to anybody who does like sweat stances on ledges, man. Whoa, man. Gives me the willies thinking about that. Whoa. Just the amount of times I've seen people, and myself, slide out of sweat stances on ledges. Whoa, grim. Anyway, he's half cabbed into it for a bit of extra fucking, I don't give a shit, I'm going for it kind of attitude. Good length on the grind, and then he's got the 270 to roll down that awkward little wall, man. Dropping in on the side of a Toblerone or something, flipping out, and he gets the little roll off it. Mate, great trick. Oh! Sam, stunt 101. Flipping out, jeez. Sam Crofts, chapter 1. How to be mad. Another trick from the London Jam, man. I said I love disasters, and this one is a friggin' banger, like. Again, like I said before, surface is proper hard. So to really like commit to generating that speed is pretty wild in itself. What I really love about this, and thanks to the slow motion on it, you can see his feet are well in the position, like before he lands, and they're really good positioning, and he just coasts it, man. What a savage.
Yes.
Young Charlie's progression is so good. If you don't already follow him, get on the Insta, follow him and his dad, both absolute rippers. Charlie is gone for, it's had a fakey 360, but I actually think it's illusion spin as well, because he's definitely looking over one shoulder, but then spins the other way, which is definitely harder, and he does it so well. Keep in mind that that ground is rough, proper rough for anything. It's rough for rolling around on. And he's knocked out an illusion spin, cab 360. Mate, banger. And that's all the deals, man. Let us know which one was your favourite. Head on over to bladetheunion.com for more skating. And if you're out and about, there's a mobile app as well, so just pick that up. If you like disaster tricks and you think this show is sound, you can help out by chucking a little bit of coin in the Patreon. You can donate to Blade the Union, or to my show directly, or the business show. Every little bit helps, and all that. Cheers for watching it. Let's do it again next week. Spotty Dog.